Good morning, everyone. Well, today is day 30 of 30 days of sketches, and our sketch is this one here. It's got a little border up here, little border down here. She's got text down here. She has a title here. She has a circle around everything and some vines. And she's got a big horizontal picture, and then she's got some little things behind there. You're gonna see that I was inspired totally by it, but it's gonna be a little bit different. And it's by Julie Moreau. I think that's how you pronounce it. I think it's French. I think it's Moreau. And anyway, I have this picture of Alex, one of the twins. And Aiden didn't go into this. It's like Frontier World or something, or Frontierland. And anyhow, she's in the, my friend told me what, it's like, it's not shackles, I forget what she calls it. But anyhow, she's in there. And so anyway, I decided I was gonna use a wood because she's in the wood there. And so I cut a circle out of the wood. So it's gonna be like this. And this is Reminisce, and it's the Barnwood Beauty 3. And I just love all these. I love wood. And the other paper I'm going to be using is this, it's like clouds. And I'm gonna put that behind here. So it will be like this. And I'll save this for something else because it's wood. And so I made a circle of where that's gonna be. And I'm gonna be doing some inking. But first, I'm not gonna be using enamel dots on this. I'm gonna put holes in it like it was shot at. And I made little X's. But do you think I can see those? I'm gonna start a couple of holes so you see what I'm doing. I have this little kit. It comes like this. It's making memories. And it has a hammer. It has an eyelet setter. It has 3 adapters where you, depending on what size your eyelets are. It has a like needle nose pliers, but I never use these because I'm not really into that style. It's got some needles in it. It's got this reverse tweezers in it, which I only use it if I'm gonna tie a bow. And it has this pokey tool, and I use that all the time. So those 2 things I never put in there because I always have them out. And so I'm using the hammer and this and the eyelet maker, but I'm just gonna put holes and I'm not gonna put eyelets in it. And I'm just gonna show you how I'm gonna do one, and then I'll put in the rest so you don't have to hear it. So I'm gonna put one right here. I kind of decided where I'd put enamel dots, and so for a little extra. And so this one I'm using the medium size hole because the smallest one you wouldn't even see it, and the biggest one would be too big for my size photo. So turn it down a little bit. And I'm usually doing 3, and that works good. I think you can see that. Okay, so I'm gonna do that in some different places, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm done. You see my wax paper tray? Okay, so when I'm done with this, or sometimes it ain't until the next time I use it, you take this little adapter thing off, and you just take out this little paper that you accumulated making all the holes. And sometimes you can push it through, sometimes I can't. So I'm getting them pushed through there. And I'm putting them on my little wax paper tray. But I'll pick my paper off here and throw away my wax paper off here because these are nice sizes, so I just keep putting them back on here if they're not too trashed. And so I've got that just about emptied. I think there's one little piece in there yet. so then it's all clean for the next time. So I'm gonna put that back on, and so here's my, whoops. I'm gonna put my paper back behind there so you can see it. I've got 5 up here, I got 3 down here, and then I've got 5 over here. So now I have this circle in the middle, and because it's going to be the background, I'm going to darken that a little bit. Well, and I'm also going to darken this a little bit. So since I've already got my little sponge on here for doing the wood, I'm using Vintage Photo, and I already started to see if this was the color I wanted. So I'm just going to put this around it so it looks more like it was cut out with a hot saw or whatever. And so I'm doing that all the way around. It'll kind of make it stand out a little bit. I guess I should have started half of it. Okay. Okay, I think that looks pretty good there. Okay, now I'm going to darken the circle, and I've got it, and I'm going to make it darker on the bottom than on the edge, but I'm going to kind of make it darker on the edges and a little darker on the bottom than on the top. So I'll kind of start this and then I'll pause it so you don't have to watch all this in case it takes me a while. So I'm just going to do this around this just to set it apart from the upper sky area and to make it look more dimensional. So I'll pause it and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my circle a little darker around this area because the picture will be over part of it. And I'm gonna put this on here. I've already put tape on it, so all I do is have to do that, so I wouldn't have tape over the holes. And then I will take this that Vintage Photo and put that in there too, so it looks like, you know, when the bullets go through it, it makes it a little hot. Let me see, where's my other spots? Okay, gotta remember where I put them. So I'm just darkening those spots a little, and I can do more later too if I think I need them. Okay, and then I have the picture of Alex, and I'm going to slide it in here and put it a little bit sideways like the picture, like the sketch is, where it's just slightly angled. So I'm gonna just slightly angle that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some tape on it. And I think this is held down good, it feels like it. Okay. And I'm going to put it not too angled, just a little. Now I want you to know that she was framed. And so we have a cowboy that's coming to rescue her. And I'm sure it's her brother. So I think, I'm not sure where this one is from. A lot of my stickers are going to be creative memories. But I'm gonna stick this guy down in here. He's off in the distance, but you know, he'll get there before they decide to have their, what did my friend call it? The necktie party. So, oh, I guess I better not put those on yet. I got some greenery. And I'm gonna stick some greenery around here, kind of to kind of hide these people here. And let me see, I'm gonna put, maybe I'll kind of pause it while I put these in. Now these I had done before, and I have this beautiful one that I cut from a Mente paper. So it's all those beautiful colors. And then I have this other little vine. So I'm just gonna stick these little vines in here. And then I'm gonna stick some on this other side. And so the cowboy, you'll be able to see that he's off in the distance. And I have this little, okay, and I'll stick that in there. So I'll put those on and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got those little vines on. This one looks like it needs a little bit more glue. I kind of just start like with a dot, and if it needs a little more, then I give it a little more. Okay, and then I have this little flower here that I'm also going to stick down in here. Okay, and then let's see, where am I? Okay, I have this wanted, but I already told you she was framed. She was framed, I tell you, she was framed. Oh my goodness, I must use the wrong side of the wax paper. I've heard that there's a different side, and I think, yeah, Ginger said it the other day. It's like, I swear I'm always on the wrong side, I think. I can't believe it. I think I've even used this wax paper. Maybe that's the deal. Okay, I'm just gonna have to use a little bit of glue over that wax paper because it ain't coming off. Okay, so I'm just doing a little extra here. Okay, and I'm putting that the same angle as her. And I'm not going to push that down. Now this, I don't remember where this is from, but it came with you got these stickers and then one where it's just like, looks like a hanky, but this one that was tied. And then I think it also came with a pocket, a denim pocket, but I'm not going to use that. But I love this too much not to use it, so I'm using that. Oh, and I did get it around the, I planned the holes where it was not the same place, so it did work. Okay, and then I have this little, like a steer skeleton, skull, or whatever they call them. And I'm just gonna rest it right here on this flower. So I think I have everything for that side. Oh, and she's got on tennis shoes, but I'm gonna change out her shoes and put on these boots. And there's little, there's also a little shadow at the bottom. And they gotta be way up to her knees because they were the smallest boots I could find. I think it's so cute. And then her hat, I'm just gonna hang it up here. So I'm going to put this on the top. Oh, and it's called the stalks. So she's in the stalks. And I have a straw bale. And I think I'm going to tuck it underneath this leaf just a little bit. Oh, maybe not too much at all. Maybe about here. Because I also have her coyote and he's mourning. And my friend got a bandana. Well, we worked at getting the bandana around it, but she finally worked it out for me. So he's got the bandana on around his neck. And he's mourning for her because he thinks she's a goner. She doesn't know that He doesn't know that Aiden's riding to the rescue to save her. And then I have another skull skeleton, or steer skull. And I'm going to lean that right up against the hay. And then I have an ivy and another piece that I cut from that Mente paper. And so I'm putting these up in this left corner, so I got the triangle going on. And see if I can get it up here without wiping all the glue off. Okay, about like that, I think. I gotta make sure I don't get cover up my bullet holes. Okay, and then I have I try to get enough glue on here that it holds it but doesn't, you know, seep out. So hopefully that works. And then I have, it was bandana paper from Creative Memories. And that's where these guys, I don't know if they were from here, there or not, but I know the coyote and the bale of hay were from Creative Memories. And I made this little flare. I was hoarding this paper and I decided I was going to make a flare with it. I think I do have another piece of it someplace. And so I'm just sticking this up by this ivy. Oh, and it looks like I'm a little bit off there. I'll have to trim that off. And I think that's all I'm putting on here. So my bullet holes are like my little finishing touches, even though I started with them. And I think it was a super fun layout. And I loved it with it. I didn't know what I was gonna do for this sketch, but I'd like to thank Julie for inspiring me. And there's only one more day left. I really want to thank Christy for doing all the work for this. And remember that down in the drop-down menu, you will see the other people that are playing along. And any of you can play along at any time. Lots of times people are busy during this time, or they just get a few done. And then throughout the year, we'll just get like a little message saying that, you know, because I'm linked up to it. It's like I'll get a text message, or not text, but when I go onto Facebook, I get a little notice that, you know, somebody else has played or added to one of the sketches, and then I go check it out. So it's a lot of fun. So that's it for today, and I'll have close-ups at the end. Thank you for joining me. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.